Want to go ahead and call our meeting to order, our council assembly at 1:55 p.m. I'd like to recognize Councilor Jacobs for a prayer and for leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Governor. Today, I'd like to take a moment of quiet reflection offered in gratitude for all that we've been given. I pledge allegiance to
The flag. Invisible.
Liberty, justice for all. Okay, all right. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, we've got one order on the agenda. We've got a number of items on the agenda. The first one being compliance with the Massachusetts Constitution and general laws relative to the tabulation and certification of votes. Yeah, you know what? I'll hold that till the end of the agenda until we can make sure the gov's here. At this point, I'd like to recognize Councilor Jacobs for a motion to record advice and consent for the financial warrant. Motion's been made, seconded by Councilor Iannella. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. I'd like to recognize Councilor Duff for a motion to record advice and consent for the pending list of notaries public and justices of the peace.
So move, Governor.
Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilor Jacobs. All those in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. I'd like to recognize Councilor Iannella for a motion to record advice and consent for the appointment of Francis Keneally to the position of Associate Justice of the District Court.
Thank you. Great appointment. I'd like to submit the name of Francis Keneally to the position of Associate Justice of the District Court.
Thank you. Is there a second? Seconded by Councilor Devaney. Any additional questions or comments?
I just wanted to say that he has it all. He has solo practice. He's had a lot of, so many cases, can't count in the court. And I'm very pleased to second the motion and to vote for him.
Excellent. Any other further comments or questions? Seeing none, I'd ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Yes.
Excellent. I can't say enough. I'm so pleased with the ones you kept. I hope you keep coming because they're really good. And she is one of the best. And compassion, she's qualified, she's experienced.
Great. So that's a yes.
Make the motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. We've got one yes. You're a yes, Councilor Devaney as well. Awesome.
Yes.
Iannella,
Yes.
Councilor Duff,
Yes.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Councilor Paulo.
Yes.
Yes.
7 members voting, 7 in the affirmative. The matter carries. Next up, I'd like to recognize Councilor Devaney for a motion to record advice and consent for the appointment of Courtney Linehan to the position of Associate Justice of the District Court.
Yes, I am very proud to make that motion, and it's just a good day for everyone that you're bringing on. So I'm very pleased, and I have to say, in this administration, these are people that are qualified. This person's qualified. It's not political, and I love it. So keep them coming.
Thanks, Councilor Devaney. Motion's been made, seconded by Councilor DiPaolo. Any additional questions or comments? Seeing none, I will ask the secretary to please call the roll.
Devaney. Yes. Councilor Iannella.
Yes.
Yes.
Kennedy,
Yes.
Paulo.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilor.
Yes.
7 members voting, 7 in the affirmative. The matter carries. Lots of good folks entering the judiciary. And finally, we do have 4 new nominations. Rafael Ortiz to the position of roll board member. I understand Councilor DiPaolo is going to be holding a hearing on this nominee, or held a hearing this morning at 10:30 a.m. So that one's there. Stephen Kim to the position of Associate Justice of the Boston Municipal Court. Councilor Iannella holding a hearing today that we're interrupting, so we'll try and move through this. Vanessa Velez to the position of Associate Justice of the Boston Municipal Court. That's happening today at 3 p.m. We've got Rebecca Figaro to the position of Associate Justice of Boston Municipal Court. Again,
Yeah, we're going to make that, if it's agreeable to everyone, April 3rd at 10 a.m.
hearing scheduled for April 3rd at 10 a.m.
To make a motion.
Okay, Councilor Jacobs.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion today that in doing our due diligence and consideration of granting the blanket pardon for simple possession misdemeanor for marijuana, that the council holds an informational hearing designed to provide us with facts and information with which to vote on that blanket pardon request.
This has been made and seconded. Can I just get a second? Are you seconded by Counselor DiPaolo? Under discussion. Go ahead, Counselor Devaney.
First of all, I respect my colleague, but opposed to a hearing. We don't need a hearing. There are people that are waiting. And there isn't any law against what they have been accused of. And it's preventing them from jobs and so much. This was all discussed. The governor said it. She said it so distinctly. She said that it's a barrier to jobs, getting housing, even getting an education, all for doing something that isn't even cause for arrest today. That doesn't sit right with me. It's not fair. It's unfinished business. Knowing we have the power to lift that burden, we should do something about it. There is no need for hearing. If anyone has any objections, when we're voting on it, that's when any person who objects to approving the pardon will talk. But having a hearing is really, I think it's really unconscionable. People are waiting, and there's no need to delay. And imagine, the governor has made this the first in the nation, and there's going to be other states that are going to follow. But we're going to have a hearing just to decide? I don't think so. And I'm asking that we put this on for next week and to have to vote on the pardon. Anyone in opposition talks at that hearing, at that meeting. So there isn't any need to prolong it. People are waiting. And I know all the councils that I've talked to are very happy about this, and they want to respect the governor and get this through as fast as we can and show the nation this is what is right. We're doing the right thing. So I'm asking that we have it up on the agenda for a vote, and whoever wants to object, they can speak, and they won't be timed, right? So that's it.
Just to interrupt. Can we table the motion for just a minute so that the governor can come for the certification?
Sure, I know she's on a tight timeline. If folks don't mind, we'll just table this motion for the minute and we will take it right back up immediately after. If we've been joined by the governor and in our duties to comply with the Mass Constitution. Counselor Devaney, we're going to take up the Counselor Devaney, we're gonna take up the responsibilities we have tied to the new representative that was just recently sworn in, and in compliance with the Massachusetts Constitution and the general laws relative to the tabulation and certification of votes cast in the March 5th, 2024 special election to fill a vacancy in the House of Representatives. I'd like to recognize Counselor DiPaolo for a motion to record certification that John J. Marcy Jr. has been elected representative in the general court from the 6th Worcester District.
So moved.
Is there a second? Seconded by Counselor Iannella. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Governor. We'll come back to our that was laid on the table. I'd entertain a motion to take it off the table.
Second.
Motion's been made to take it off the table, seconded. And we will now go back to where we are with respect to the motion that was made by Counselor Jacobs to hold an informational hearing on cannabis blanket pardons that have been requested. I saw Counselor Duff and then Counselor Iannella.
I stand in support of Council Jacobs. I understand the concern, but frankly, this is the first time in history this has happened in the Commonwealth. I know other states have done things like this. I think for transparency and for the public and for procedure, that it's not a bad idea to do. So it is our job, and I just stand in support of Council Jacobs.
Thank you. Counselor Iannella?
What's the date of this information?
I think we
We
will
haven't said that.
Now,
No, it's just to have one. It's just to have one, and then we'll figure out anything that works.
work on that. Yeah.
You're there.
Counselor Kennedy?
My initial reaction was that I didn't think a hearing was necessary, but I support Councilor Jacobs in having a hearing. I think that it's important that the public fully understand what the pardon means and what impact it has on people, as well as the counselors. And I think the only way you can really get all of that out is by way of a hearing.
Counselor Ino?
I talked to Dr. Charlene Bonner for the parole board. It's up to you. If you want her to come in and just give an assessment of pardons in general, if you're gonna have this hearing, I'm sure she will come.
Love it.
She's been there a long time.
Great suggestion. Any other questions or comments on the motion that's been made? Counselor Ferreira?
I agree. When this was first brought up, I was the first to say, we don't know all the ramifications of granting 69,000 pardons at once. It's never happened before. And I think it's worthy of our time for a hearing to fully explore any ramifications.
Thank you. A point of other comments? Yep, Counselor Devaney?
Just have a question away from this. Can the counselor tell us, you said you have some objections to it? Oh, I thought you had some questions about it. Oh, you can't divulge that before?
Through the chair, so there are some.
That's all, it was just informational.
Okay. Counselor Jacobs, you are more than happy to share any additional comment on the motion that's pending. We've got, everyone's, I think, had a fair amount to say. We do have a motion that's been made and seconded to hold an informational hearing. We'll make sure we find a date that works for the majority on these cannabis blanket pardons request. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. I think that concludes.
I did not vote against it because if that's the will, then so be it. And you'll be chairing it and so be it.
Thank you, Counselor. Appreciate that. I think that concludes our business, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion made by Counselor DePaula, seconded by Counselor Jacobs. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it. All right.